Sorry, 7:35 or 7:40 like that. You stop. 7:35.
So we'll start with Omkara and we'll chant Durga Sukta. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Gananam tva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamasravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatana Shrunvannotivissilasadanam Mahaganapataye Namaha. Prano Devi Saraswati Vajevirvajinivati Dhinama Vitrayavato Vagdevyai Namaha. Om Sahana Vavato Sahana Bhunakto Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma viddhishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Jatavedase sunavamaso mamarati yato nidahati vedaha Tanah pasyadati durgani vishwanameva sindhum duritatyagnihi Tam agnivarnam tapasa jvalantim vairojani karma paleshu justam Durgam devi gum sharanamaham prapatye sutarasitase namaha Agne tvam parayanavyo Asman swasti virati durgani vishwa Pushpa prithvi bahulana burvi bhavato kaya tanayaya shayo Vishwanino durgaha jata vedasmin dhunmanavadu hitati pakshi Agne atrivan manasa grunano smakam bhogya vidatanuna Utanajitagam sahamana mugramagniyam bhuvema parama sarastat Sana parshadati durgani vishvakshamaddevo adiduritatyagnihi Ratnoshi kamidyo advare shubhamachaho danavyasya satsi Svanchagni tanupam pitrayasva svabhyancha saubhagamaya jasva Gobhirjushtamayujoni shikrantavendra vishnoram sancharema Nakasya prishtamabhisambasano vaishnavi lokaihavadayanta Om Katyayanaya vidmahe kanyakumari dhimahi Tanno Durgit prachodayat Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. You can follow. Just follow up on me. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Pahi Ma. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश रक्ष 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 मां Follow after me. Guruve Tai, Guruve Tande, Guruve Tai, Guruve Tande, Guruve Daiva Datara, Guruve Daiva Datara, Guruve Bandhu Daya Sindhu, Guruve Bandhu Daya Sindhu, Guruve Krupeya Sakara, Guruve Krupeya Sakara, Guruve ತಂದ ಸಮವ ಕಳೆದು ಬೆಳಕ ತಂದ ದೀನ ಬಂಧು ಗುರುವರ ದೀನ ಬಂಧು ಗುರುವರ ಕರ್ಮ ಬಂಧ ತರಿದ ಧೀರ ಕರ್ಮ ಬಂಧ ತರಿದ ಧೀರ ನಿನಗಿದೋ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ನಿನಗಿದೋ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ನಿನಗಿದೋ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ನಿನಗಿದೋ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Mother, read and follow. Okay, follow after me. ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿದಾತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿದಾತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿದಾತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಸುಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಸುವಿಮಲ ಚರಿತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿದಾತೆ 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 ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಶಾಂತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಶಾಂತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಶಕ್ತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಶಕ್ತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಭಕ್ತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಭಕ್ತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಮುಕ್ತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ಮುಕ್ತಿದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ವಾತ್ಸಲ್ಯದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ವಾತ್ಸಲ್ಯದಾತೆ ಮಾ ಶಾರದಾಮಣಿ ವಾತ್ಸಲ್ಯದಾತೆ ni Vatsalyadate, 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 Vatsalyadate. So this is one Kannada song. I will sing. If you know, you can sing that verse. Yes, you can just listen. ಅಲೆದಲೆದು ಅತಿದಣಿದು ನೆಲೆಗಾಂಡೆ ನಿನ್ನಡಿಗೆ ಎಲೆ ತಾಯಿ ಕಡೆಗಿಂದು ಬಂದಮ್ಮ ಫಲಹೋ ಅಲೆದಲೆದು ಅತಿದಣಿದು ನೆಲೆಗಾಂಡೆ ನಿನ್ನಡಿಗೆ ಎಲೆ ತಾಯೆ ಕಡೆಗಿಂದು ಬಂದಮ್ಮ ಫಲಹೋ ಕೊನೆಯಿಲ್ಲ ಕೋರೆಯಿಲ್ಲ ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ದುಃಖಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊನೆಯಿಲ್ಲ ಕೋರೆಯಿಲ್ಲ ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ದುಃಖಕ್ಕೆ ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬನದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯು ಇನಿತಿಲ್ಲ ಕೊನೆಯಿಲ್ಲ ಕೋರೆಯಿಲ್ಲ ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ದುಃಖಕ್ಕೆ ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬನದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯು ಇನಿತಿಲ್ಲ ಜನುಮಗಳು ಕಳೆ ಕಳೆದು ದುಃಖ ಮಿತಿ ಮೀರುತ್ತಿದೆ ಜನುಮಗಳು ಕಳೆ ಕಳೆದು ದುಃಖ ಮಿತಿ ಮೀರುತ್ತಿದೆ ಜನನಿ ಮಂಗಳ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಕಳೆಯಮ್ಮ ಕಲು ಶಾರ್ತಿ ಅಲೆದಲೆದು ಅತಿದಣಿದು ನೆಲೆಗಾಂಡೆ ನಿನ್ನಡಿಗೆ ಎಲೆ ತಾಯಿ ಕಡೆಗಿಂದು ಬಂದಮ್ಮ ಫಲಹೋ ಪರಮಹಂಸರ ಕರುಣೆ ರೂಪಿಣಿಯೇ ನೀ ತಾಯೇ ಪರಮಹಂಸರ ಕರುಣೆ ರೂಪಿಣಿಯೇ ನೀ ತಾಯೇ ಪರತನವನರಿಯದಿಹ ಪ್ರೇಮದಂಬುದಿ ಜಲವ ಪರಮಹಂಸರ ಕರುಣೆ ರೂಪಿಣಿಯೇ ನೀ ತಾಯೇ ಪರತನವನರಿಯದಿಹ ಪ್ರೇಮದಂಬುದಿ ಜಲವ ಎರೆದಮ್ಮನೋದ್ಧರಿಸೋ ಪತಿತ ಪಾವನೆ ಮಾತೆ ಎರೆದಮ್ಮನೋದ್ಧರಿಸೋ ಪತಿತ ಪಾವನೆ ಮಾತೆ ಶಾರದಾಯಿನಿ ಪರಮೆ ಅಕಳಂಕ ಚರಿತೆ ಅಲೆದಲೆದು ಅತಿದಣಿದು ನೆಲೆಗಾಂಡೆ ನಿನ್ನಡಿಗೆ ಎಲೆ ತಾಯಿ ಕಡೆಗಿಂದು ಬಂದಮ್ಮ ಫಲಹೋ ಅಲೆದಲೆದು ಅತಿದಣಿದು ನೆಲೆಗಾಂಡೆ ನಿನ್ನಡಿಗೆ ಎಲೆ ತಾಯಿ ಕಡೆಗಿಂದು ಬಂದಮ್ಮ ಫಲಹೋ. We will sing. Everyone knows this song, Prakriti Pramam. So let's sing together. Prakriti Paramam Abhayam Varadam Nararupadharam Janapapaham ಶರಣಾಗತ ಸೇವಕ ತೋಷಕರಿ ಪ್ರಣಮಾಮಿ ಪರಾಂ ಜನನೀಂ ಜಗತಾಂ ಗುಣಹೀನ ಸುತಾಂ ಅಪರಾಧಯುತಾಂ ಕೃಪಯಾದ್ಯ ಸಮುದ್ಧರ ಮೋಹಗತಾಂ ತರಣೀಂ ಭವಸಾಗರ ಪಾರಕರೀಂ ಪ್ರಣಮಾಮಿ ಪರಾಂ ಜನನೀಂ ಜಗತಾಂ ವಿಷಯಂ ಕುಸುಮಂ ಪರಿಹೃತ್ಯ ಸದಾ ಚರಣಾಮೃತ ಶಾಂತಿ ಸುಧಾಂ ಪಿಬಾ ಭವರೋಗಹರಂ ಪ್ರಣಮಾಮಿ ಪರಾಂ ಜನನೀಂ ಜಗತಾಂ ಕೃಪಾಂ ಗುರು ಮಹಾದೇವಿ ಸುತೇಷು ಪ್ರಣತೇಷು ಚ ಚರಣಾಶ್ರಯಧಾನೇನ ಕೃಪಾಮಯಿ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ ಲಜ್ಜಾಪಟಾಮೃತೆ ನಿತ್ಯಂ ಶಾರದೆ ಜ್ಞಾನದಾಯಿಕೆ ಪಾಮೇಭ್ಯೋ ನಃ ಸದಾ ರಕ್ಷ ಕೃಪಾಮಯಿ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗತಪ್ರಾಣಾಂ ತನ್ನಾಮ ಶ್ರವಣ ಪ್ರಿಯಾಂ ಸದ್ಭಾವರಂಜಿತಾಕಾರ ಪ್ರಣಮಾಮಿ ಮುಹುರ್ಮುಹುಃ ಪವಿತ್ರಂ ಚರಿತಂ ಯಸ್ಯಾಃ ಪವಿತ್ರಂ ಜೀವನಂ ತಥಾ ಪವಿತ್ರ್ಯತಾ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಣ್ಯೈ ತಸ್ಯೈ ಕುರ್ಮೋ ನಮೋ ನಮಃ ದೇವಿ ಪ್ರಸನ್ನಾಂ ಪ್ರಣತಾತ್ರಿಹಂತ್ರಿ ಯೋಗೀಂದ್ರ ಪೂಜ್ಯಾಂ ಯುಗಧರ್ಮಪಾತ್ರೆ ತಾಂ ಶಾರದಾಂ ಭಕ್ತಿ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದಾತ್ರಿ ದಯಾ ಸ್ವರೂಪಾಂ ಪ್ರಣಮಾಮಿ ನಿತ್ಯಂ ಸ್ನೇಹೇನ ಬದ್ಧಾಭಿಮಾನೋಸ್ಮದೀಯಂ ದೋಷಾನುಶೇಷಾನು ಸಗುಣೀಕರೋಷಿ ಆಹೇತುನಾನೋ ಜಯಸೇ ದೋಷಾನ್ ಸ್ವಾಂಗೇ ಗೃಹೀತ್ವಾ ಯದಿದಂ ವಿಚಿತ್ರಂ ಪ್ರಸೀದ ಮಾತರ್ವಿನಯೇನ ಯಾತೆ ನಿತ್ಯಂ ಭವಸ್ನೇಹವತಿ ಸುತೇಷು ಪ್ರೇಮೈಕ್ಯ ಬಿಂದುಂ ಚಿರದಾಗ್ರಚಿತ್ತೆ ವಿಶಿಂಚ ಚಿತ್ತಂ ಗುರುನ ಸುಶಾಂತಂ ಜನನೀಂ ಶಾರದಾಂ ದೇವೀಂ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣಂ ಜಗದ್ಗುರುಂ ಪಾದಪದ್ಮೇ ತಯೋ ಶ್ರುತ್ವಾ ಪ್ರಣಮಾಮಿ ಮುಹುರ್ಮುಹುಃ. Finally, sing Tavakatamrita together. Tavakatamritam Tatajivanam Kaviviriditam Kalmashapaham Sravanamangalam Shri श्रीमदाततं कृष्णा भुवि गृह्णन्तये भूरिदा जना तव कथामृतम् तद्भजीवनम् गविविरीडितम् कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततं कृष्णा भुवि गृह्णन्तये भूरिदा जना
Taking refuge in the holy feet of Sri Sarada Devi, Universal Mother, and Sri Ramakrishna, the teacher of the world, my humble salutations to them forever and ever. Kalyananam Abhikalanidhi, Kapi Karunya Sima, Nitya Moda Nigama Vachasam Mauli Mandhara Mala, Sampad Divya Madhu Vijayinaha Sannidattam Sadame, Shaisha Devi Sakala Bhuvana Prarthana Kamadenu. May Divine Mother, the infinite source of all auspicious things, the ultimate abode of compassion, one who is glorified in Vedas and Vedantas, the divine consort of Sri Ramakrishna, and the unique benefactor of all the worlds, always manifest before me. My humble salutations to you all. So I begin with a story to understand the limits of bhakti. Very interesting story. This story might be little uncomfortable, so kindly bear if you don't one part of us. Lord Krishna meets his beloved devotee. His name is Mayura Sharma. And he was seeking alms from the devotee. Usually we ask alms from the devotee, but this time Lord wants to ask something from a devotee. So he met his beloved friend and devotee named Mayura Sharma. So Mayura Sharma humbly received him and gave him a seat and some refreshments and lovingly asked, "Oh Lord, how can I help you? I am at your service. I am at your call." Then Lord said, "Will you give me whatever you ask, whatever I ask?" Then he said, "Certainly." Then he says, "I want your son, 7 years old son." So Mayura Sharma was happy that Lord is asking his son. But how did Lord ask him? He says, "I don't want your full body of your son. I just only want half of his body. So I want his right half of his body." So, and literally the parents have to kill the son and sever him and then give one half, that is right half of the son's body to God. That is the condition. That is what Lord wants. Then Lord put further conditions. But when you sever your son's body, you should not cry. Husband and wife should not cry. And also the son should not cry. then I will accept this gift. Then Mayura Sharma said, yes, certainly, Lord. I will obey you as you told me. So they brought their son and started severing him. And they didn't cry. But this time, the son, the boy's left eyes was in tears. Then immediately Lord noticed and he said, stop this. I will not accept this gift anymore. I saw this boy has tears. So I will not accept this gift. Then the boy immediately spoke to the Lord and said, please don't be angry with my parents. You know why my left eyes is in tears? He says, Lord, you asked just right side of my body. And he says, I'm not sure what sin my left side of the body did. And it is unworthy of your acceptance or unworthy for your gift as a gift. So thinking that my left eye was automatically in tears. Then our Krishna, now Krishna is in tears by hearing this, the depth of that bhakti of that boy. Then he immediately embraced the boy and gave him back all his good health and resumed all those damages done to that boy and completely made him recover from this. So this story is to see what is the limit of bhakti here, not to show that the Lord is very harsh or rude to the devotees. He is not going to ask like this from any one of us, but just to show how the limit of bhakti in that one should cultivate when the Lord himself is asking such things. Now this is olden days bhakti. Now what is our contemporary bhakti? So today there is another man who owned a shop and he prayed to the Lord Krishna that I will give you 50% of my sales turnover as Lord's share. So that day he earned, like he said to the Lord, if I earn $1,000, 50%, $500 I will give as a Lord's share. So after 2 days, he earned $500. But he did not give 50% of that but he should give as he committed of that amount to Lord. Then he did not give 50% of 500. Then his friend asked, dear, you prayed and you committed that you will give 50% of that 500. 50% of your turnover to God, to Krishna. Then he said, he corrected his friend, this fellow. See, the Lord is so compassionate that he already took 50% and he gave me 500. So I told that $1,000, 50%, 500, I will give him. But now I got only 500. So he is so compassionate, he already took 50%. And he gave me the remaining as my sales term. So nothing more I can give. So he is more preemptive in his actions. So this is the modern bhakti. Just a joke how bhakti is become like a business nowadays. So last class, we are in Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, first chapter, Master and Disciples. We are all in Baranagar and conversing with Sri Ramakrishna. And we are listening to his words, as we can say. So first question we completed, and second question was, I don't know exactly which page number we are in, but we are in the first chapter. So first, the second question was about the nature of the individual soul. So Sri Ramakrishna questioned, how is your how knowledge is his wife, that is Mahendranath's wife. Then he said, my wife is just an ordinary woman, and he knows much better. So that was the second question. And Sri Ramakrishna indirectly teaches him how ahankara should be dealt. And he says that he describes the nature of individual soul. And the sole duty of the individual soul is to know God, and rest is ignorance. The third question was the nature of Brahman, whether Brahman is with form or without form. So that was the third question we dealt last class. And we dealt from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, which is Murta Amurta Brahmana, which talks about the dual aspects of Brahman. So Brahman has, that is consciousness, as both with form and without. And the famous statement Neti Neti is being uttered at last of that Brahmana. That is not this, which is Shankara's Advaita, which is kind of a negative Advaita, that is negating the world to prove the consciousness. And there is another meaning also for that, for this Neti Neti, which is not this much, which is positive Advaita. And it is defining the Brahman, and its glory is infinite. And Brahman is understood as an organic unity, along with the sentient and insentient. Now, I sometimes say Brahman consciousness, both are same. So it's organic unity. The third we dealt, continuing that, these things we dealt last class. So I'm just giving a brief. So we dealt about Sri Ramakrishna insisting Mahendranath Gupta to develop knowledge and devotion about Brahman. There is a beautiful verse in Devi Mahatmya, which comes under Pradhanika Ragasya. There is a episode called Pradhanika Ragasya. Devi Mahatmayam talks about the glories of goddess. The verse is Mahalakshmi Maharaja Sarva Sattvamayi Ishwari Nirakara cha Sakara Sa Eva Nana Abhidhana Brit. The meaning of this is, O great king, Mahalakshmi is the supreme sovereign. There the consciousness is described as the womanhood or motherhood. The true essence of all of that is, Mahalakshmi, the supreme goddess, and she is both formless and form. And also she has various names. So this is a Shruti Pramana, that is the proof from the scriptures or Smriti. Sri Ramakrishna says one should know God first. And that knowledge can be achieved only through bhakti. That she emphasizes very clearly in the gospel, in his gospel. Bhakti means yearning for God. One should have the yearning for God. We must feel that God is very important thing in our life. Like fish out of water. So Bhagavan, Lord also says in Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktiya Tvat Ananyaya Shakya aham eva vido Arjuna jnatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantap. In 11th chapter, he says this way, that, O Arjuna, by unalloyed devotion alone can I be known as what I am. And thereby, on receiving my divine vision, O winner of enemies, one can enter into my abode. In Vedanta Sutra aphorisms, that is third quarter, this form, the Brahman with form, without form, both are described in detail. And in that particular episode, or in that group of, we call Adhikarana, we call Ubhayalinga Adhikarana. In that Adhikarana, Ubhayalinga means Brahman has two identities, twofold identities. In that Adhikarana means, we can say, section. In that section, we have a verse especially denoting this. Apicha sam radhane pratyaksha anumanabhyam. Sutra, which is third sutra, third pada, that is third quarter, second section, and 23rd sutra. Don't worry about all these precisions. I'm just recording it so that people are listening and they might have to know from where did I quote this. So that sutra clearly says the Brahman can be attained only through a loving devotion. That is called Nididhyasa. We have Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. What is Nididhyasana? Means continuous meditation, not dry meditation, with devotion. One should develop devotion in Nididhyasana. That is what we call Nididhyasana. And Nididhyasana is, we develop devotion and that is unending. There is no limit for that. So this is the precise meaning of Nididhyasana. So after, now Mahendranath Gupta faced 3 questions from Sri Ramakrishna. And then that was his, and he in fact argued with Sri Ramakrishna. And after knowing the answers from Sri Ramakrishna, I'm going to the text. This was M's first argument with Ramakrishna, and happily his last. So he argued first, and that was last. Then after that, he did not argue with Sri Ramakrishna. He was only listening. The similar incident happened with Swamiji. Swamiji also, when faced 3 types of questions, 3 times he has to face Ramakrishna. So I will tell what is the difference between M's 3 times and Swamiji's 3 times. Swamiji, what was his state of mind before meeting? Swamiji means here Swami Vivekananda, as a Narendranath. So what was his state of mind before meeting Sri Ramakrishna? He wants to renounce and lead a mendicant life, a monastic life. He wants to embrace monasticism. But his approach was different. So I'm going to tell now the difference between Mahendranath Gupta's approach and Swamiji's approach with same person, Sri Ramakrishna. Swamiji's approach was a mystic approach, and Mahendranath Gupta's approach was scientific approach. He is mystic, scientific. So what is the difference? Mystic is, first they want experience, and then they will form a creed. Scientific is, first they want a creed, then they will experience it. That is the difference. So Swamiji wants tangible experience first. Then he wants to preach and form a religion. Mahendranath Gupta wants religion, a creed. Then he wants to hear everything and then he will start experiencing God. That is the difference. Swamiji himself says that in his lecture called Difference Between Science and Religion. Please don't think I have discovered this. Swamiji himself explains this distinction. So Swamiji also has to face 3 times with Sri Ramakrishna. The first day he met, what was the question? We all know very clearly. Have you seen God? Can you show to me? Because he was asking this question to all well-known people in that locality, especially to Devendranath Tagore. Was a great, that time in Kolkata, he was a great savant. And he used to go and disturb these people. I will see God, can you show me? How can anybody show? It's a very critical question. And he asked the same question to Sri Ramakrishna in his first meeting he did. And instantly Sri Ramakrishna replied just like that. He was not hesitating. Instantly he said, yes, I have seen God. And I see more tangibly God than you. That was the first answer. Instantly he got from Ramakrishna. So it was an astounding answer for Swami. He was spellbound and flabbergasted. He was just shocked when he heard this answer. So when he says that I can see God more tangibly than seeing you, what Ramakrishna is saying is, he is connecting God with every object he is seeing. He is not. We see things without God. That is our vision. But his vision is continuously presence of God. He could feel in every object he sees. And that is prioritized in him. He sees God first and then the object. But our vision is reverse. We see the object and completely we don't extend after that. We stop there only. So his vision was reverse. So, but still our doubt was there. Our Swamiji had the doubt. But he felt inner peace when he heard this answer. So what is the outcome of this first meeting? The outcome of this first meeting is Sri Ramakrishna is trying to teach Tattva, reality. In Vedanta, we have 3 concepts. Tattva, Hita, Purushartha. Tattva means knowing God, what God is. Second, how to attain God. Third is after attaining, what do you get? This we apply in everything in our life, even for our material matters. We need to know what it is, then means to attain that, and then after attaining, what do we get out of it? 3 concepts. So first he says, he understood that there is God. And the God is Satyam, reality, truth. Satyam means truth. So this Satyam has got 3 syllables. Sata, Ti, Yam. Sata is, I'm going a little bit deep. Sata is immortal, eternal. And T is Jivatma, we all. That is every object what we see. And Yam is connection. Satyam, truth. So everything what we see is actually connected with God and he rules that. He rules. Satyam means God rules the sentient and insentient. One word has got this much meaning. Then the second visit happens. Again, Swamiji meets again our Sri Ramakrishna. This time, Sri Ramakrishna is uttering a mantra. Mantra means incantation in his ears. And also, he placed his right foot on Narendra's body. Then Swamiji felt the whole world was transforming into a spiritual arena. And his mind was expanding. For ordinary people, when we expand, we get frightened. We want to be very comfortably live with our contracted, like frog in a well. We are happy in that way. For yogis, expansion is bliss. Contraction is dukkha, that is sorrow. And so because that, yet he is not yogi, so he is in a very preliminary stage, our Swami. So his entire perception was changing. The world perception was changing. He did not feel that he was not allowed to feel the contraction. So Sri Ramakrishna's touch made him to even cross that they are my parents, these are my friends. That the contraction was expanding massively, and he felt a bit unsafe. Immediately he shouted to Ramakrishna, I have my parents at home, what are you doing to me? Then he left he left him and he returned to his home, and he was thinking an experience, what type of experience he had with this man. He was puzzled, and he even questioned himself, how can I let someone to influence me like that? And or cast a hypnotic spell upon him. So he was thinking, because Swamiji was a very independent man, and he felt that he lost his independence with Sri Ramakrishna. And he was even thinking, is it a magic? Who is this mad fellow who is influencing me like this? But he felt a kind of irresistible affection towards Sri Ramakrishna. He wanted to meet him again. So what is the outcome of this meeting? It talks about the hita, means. What is the means? To attain Brahman, that is jnanam, knowledge. And renunciation, tyagam. Renunciation means expansion. Not that we are living and we are just leaving this world and going elsewhere. Renunciation means making ourselves unselfish. That is expansion. Selfishness is contraction, unselfishness is expansion. And that unselfishness expansion is renunciation. Then he said, we have to renounce, we have to do the renunciation under the control of God, under the grace of God. Control means grace. That is the second meeting's outcome. So Tattva is important to him, Hita is important to him. And third visit, now Swamiji decided, let me resist this mad fellow. He is trying to spell his influence upon me. Let me resist this fellow at this time. I will not come under his control. He took that vow to meet. He met third time Ramakrishna. But this time Ramakrishna knows what what is there in his mind. This time Ramakrishna himself went into samadhi and touched him again. Then immediately Swamiji lost his absolute consciousness. So the outcome of the third meeting is Anantam. Purushartha. What is that? Complete surrender of our ego. So we make our unright ego to right ego. So he was experiencing the consciousness, the bliss as Ananda. He couldn't resist Brahman's power there. You cannot limit. Ananta means you cannot limit. So this is the three. Swamiji also faced the three kinds of meetings with our Sri Ramakrishna. So we are going back to the text. Now Sri Ramakrishna says, you were talking of worshipping the clay image. Even if the image is made of clay, there is need for that sort of worship. God himself has provided different forms of worship. I told you before, that is 5 forms of Brahman. It starts with Archa, Antaryami, then Vyuha, Vibhava, and Para. Archa means idols. We see God in the form of idol. Antaryami means God in the form of inner soul. And God in the form of incarnations, special people like Buddha, Christ, Krishna, Rama, and other saints and seers. Then we have Vibhava, which is Brahman in the form of creation, destruction, and sustenance. Third, last, the top form is transcendental form, is infinite. That's all we can say. There is no dimension for that. So Sri Ramakrishna clearly says these are there meant for different devotees' needs. How to understand this form? Sometimes water is poured as a rain, and that is called the Brahman in the form of creation, destruction, and sustenance. Sometimes we have water, we get it through doing a bore well. Deep bore well we get water from there. So such water in the earth is form of Antaryami. Then we see water in pond and lake, which is in the form of idol worship. Same water only. The same water is found in various places. So Brahman is also like that. So sometimes we drink water from lake. Sometimes we have to put bore well to dig water out of that. So it depends on the needs of the aspirant. Back to the text. So God himself has provided different forms of worship. He who is the Lord of the universe has arranged all these forms to suit different men in different stages of knowledge. The mother cooks different dishes to suit the stomach of her different children. Upanishad says, Shunvantu Vishve Amrutasya Putraha. So, children of immortal bliss. So, we are all children of that immortal bliss. We also inherit that immortality. But we have to, the mother, the Brahman, we don't know whether Brahman can be mother, can be father, anything. Such compassionate Lord is providing us these kinds of food based on our capacity. So that is why Swamiji mentions that Shunvantu Vishve Amrutasya Putra. Very important statement. So the first message of as many paths, so many faiths is proclaimed by Sri Ramakrishna in the Gospel. Suppose he gives a beautiful allegory. Suppose a mother has 5 children, and if there is a fish in Bengal, fish is a very staple food. So most of the examples will be from fish only. So if people are vegetarians, so kindly bear it. You can put eggplant or any other vegetable of your choice. So suppose she has 5 children. If there is a fish to cook, she prepares various dishes from it. That is pilau, pickled fish, and then fried fish, and so on. So to suit their different tastes and power of digestion. Then he asks, "Do you understand me?" So this is the first message he gives: as many paths, so many faiths. So what we mean by path? Path, you can say philosophies. Metaphysically, we have different interpretations. So Shankara's path is one of the interpretations. Like that, we have many philosophers interpret the relations between God and universe. So it is choice of a person to adhere. And also, he says so many faiths. Faith here is religion. You can choose your own God. You want to choose God with form? Yes. I don't like God in a human form. Fine. You can choose God with non-human form. And he says the different yogas are also there. Path also means to attain God. So we have karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, and raja yoga. Some people only want to work. They like to work for others. They don't have time for listening any lectures or any devotional activities. But they are very good workers. We find many people in social working skills. They love to work. If there is any national disaster anywhere, they immediately go and help the people. Some they don't like to work. They just want to concentrate in studies, scriptures, and developing knowledge, doing inquiries. So, and others wants to just meditate. They don't like to participate in anything, but they come and meditate. And others want to do bhajans. They like to sing, musical performance. They like to cook nice food for others. So these are our paths. But for all these paths, one needs genuinity. That is very important. And also, Sri Ramakrishna realized, are we running time? Okay. Because I want to, today is another special day, so I would like to go into that area. So I'm watching the time. So Sri Ramakrishna actually demonstrated in his life. So he practiced other religions, just not. He was born Hindu, and he was even in Hindu. He chose Mother Kali. We call it as Shaktism, where the Brahman or God is woman there, womanhood, motherhood, and Sri Ramakrishna had intense desire to practice other religions. So during the year 1874, Sri Ramakrishna decided to practice Christianity. So he invited a devotee and he requested him to read Bible in Bengali. Ramakrishna cannot understand English, so he has to, and he doesn't know how to read. So somebody reads, he will listen. So he was listening all the entire story of Christ as per Saint Matthew's Gospel. And one day, while Ramakrishna was seated, in the drawing room of another devotee's house or home, he saw a picture of Madonna and child. And the moment he saw, he was absorbed in contemplation and experienced the samadhi. Samadhi means contracting from all the sense objects and focusing the entire concentration on the bliss. And he could see that the entire portrait was with effulgence of light and grace. And he understood that what he realized from Kali, the same experience he could get from that portrait. Then he was in that spell of that grace for 3 days. And he did not think about Kali or any other gods and goddesses. Only Madonna and Christ. So on 4th day, while he was walking in the garden of Dakshineshwar, even today we have that. It's called Jaanuary garden. So he saw a person with serene countenance approaching him, and with a gaze fixed on him. And Sri Ramakrishna understood that it was Christ, the Son of God, and who poured out his heart's blood for the emancipation of the spiritual aspirant. And that figure came and embraced him and merged inside him to his whole body. So he felt that mystic experience. And another important event is with regards to this Christ, our monastic disciples, that is Swami Vivekananda and his other brother monks, 9 of them, not all of them. Sri Ramakrishna had 16 disciples, only 9 of them took their monastic vows on the Christmas Eve. So they decided to serve God in man and also to become a Christ-like personality in their life. And they pledged themselves to be an aid for the redemption of this world. So, and these are the 2 main important incidents in the Ramakrishna's order's history. Now, back to the text. Now, M humbly says, yes, sir. So, how, and he says, sir, how may we fix our minds on God? Very important question. Direct question to a guru. And I think we are running time, right? So I will stop this one. And because today is a very special day. Today is the birthday of Holy Mother. And let us experience, let us remember her today. Reminisce her life. So her life is filled with virtuous aspects, abundant virtues. If you want to select any virtue and want to practice, you can pick that from her life. What are the virtues? Austerity, renunciation, steadfast faith, self-control, universal love and service, tireless activity, complete indifference to her personal comforts. And simplicity, humility, patience, kindness, forgiveness, endurance, sympathy, selflessness, and other great activities, other great qualities. So these are all the glories of Holy Mother. You can just gather that any in her life, any page you look, you will see these virtues abundantly available. And if anyone wants to practice it, just read her life. Let us be practical. We have to practice. Otherwise, nothing we can achieve. So, glories of Holy Mother. Who is this lady? Consort of divine consort of Sri Ramakrishna. Who came as Rama and Krishna together as Ramakrishna. Then who would be Holy Mother? Their consorts, Sita and Rukmini, together. So let us understand the words and how it is so pertinent in her life. We know Sita. Who was Sita? We know Rukmini. Of course, Krishna had many wives. That's another story. I'm not going to go there. But the chief was Rukmini. Holy Mother, for how long she lived? 67 years. So her life is divided into two parts. 33, 34. 67th year, she left her mortal body. So 33 years she lived in one personality. 34 years she lived in another personality. So 33 years as Sita, 34 years as Rukmini. Very evident. For 33 years, what is Sita's another name? Vaidehi. Her name is Vaidehi. Janaki came also, but Vaidehi is her name. What is the meaning of Vaidehi? Bodiless. Videha. Janaka was her father, and he is the king of this place called Videha. Videha means no body. So 33 years she lived in a very subtle life with Sri Ramakrishna. Nobody knew. His own disciples did not knew that there was a lady living very close to Sri Ramakrishna. So 33 years she was absolutely in a very silent way she lived. Nobody noticed. Oh, Ramakrishna had a consort and it is she. So she lived a very sukshma life. So what is that message giving to us? We need to dive deep first. We need solitude. Ramakrishna says first collect the spiritual strength and then live in the world. Exactly, she followed that. She showed that to us. So 33 years she lived very quietly. And after the Mahasamadhi or passing away of Sri Ramakrishna, she showed herself as Rukmini. What is the meaning of Rukmini? The Sanskrit etymology says Rukmini means Rukma Varanam. Rukma Varanam means brightness of a golden jewelry. Brightness, sparkling brightness. Sun and its rays. So it is sparkling. It is a gross form. Then she conducted as her spiritual ministration for in her gross form for the rest 34 years. So she was first in a subtle form and then she manifested in a gross form. But as Sri Ramakrishna as a substratum, Yatagner Dayiha Shakti, Ramakrishna Stitaya. Like the burning capacity of the fire. And Ramakrishna Stitaya. She is though when in both forms she was with Ramakrishna. As a subtle form she was with Ramakrishna. The gross form also with Ramakrishna. Saradananji beautifully composed that. Yatagner Dayiha Shakti, Ramakrishna Stitaya, Sarva Vidya Swarupamta. Who is the embodiment of all types of knowledge. Sarva Vidya Swarupamtam Saradan Pranama. So we have salute the humble salutations to Sara. See, Ramakrishna himself said, she confirmed, oh, she is a Saraswati, she is Sarada, she is a communicator of knowledge, and she is full of the rarest wisdom. All these credentials Ramakrishna himself gave. And Swamiji, before he set out for his parivrajaka, that is a mendicant monk, wandering monk, he went to Sri Ram. There are many glories. I am just selecting few. If you talk about Holy Mother, we can talk for hours. With tears, I would say. Swamiji approached her and bid goodbye. And he said, Mother, I will not return until I attain realization, highest realization. So please bless me that I get my highest realization when I am as a wandering monk. Then Holy Mother profusely blessed him and said, aren't you not saying goodbye to your mother? That is Bhuvaneshwari Devi. Did you say goodbye to her? She is just asking out of concern. Then Swamiji replied, Mother, you are my only mother. And I have none else. Because Holy Mother never used to address people by their monastic name. She will never call Narendra as Vivekananda or Saradananda, Saradananda. No. Because why she will not call? Because their biological mothers will get hurt. That compassion was so much with her. Then Swamiji informed to his brother monks that Mother's glory will revive this entire world. And making her as nucleus, we will have many women personalities born in this coming world who will be representing Gargi, Maitreyi, Savitri, Sita. So Holy Mother, Swamiji actually had a clairvoyance. Mother's special mission. See, Ramakrishna was a fisher of men. He's not a fisherman, but fisher of men. He knew how to wean people away to the path of spirituality or God. He kept store of sweets all the time. You will see a bag hanging with full of sweets to distribute to his disciples. And he never believed in a dry precepts. He wanted to have joke, laugh, sing, dance with his disciples. Holy Mother also. So all the time you will see that Sri Ramakrishna is making lots of noise when he is around with disciples. lots of jokes. People, ha 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 ha, they will keep on laughing. Holy Mother used to never participate in all this. She used to be away. But how did she kept intact with these disciples? Very interesting. So Holy Mother was equally peer to Sri Ramakrishna in this art. How did he do? How did she do? So in Dakshineshwar days, when she was in Nagabat is a musical concert room, but very small room. And she used to prepare betel rolls, pan in our language. Betel rolls is used like a mouth fresheners. After our meal, we take that. It is made of with the spicy leaves and some nice spices, sweet and sour spices are added. So she used to make 2 rolls. One roll with special ingredients. The second roll with austere ingredient. So she used to put, like sweets and rose petals and all kinds of special as that menu there. So her attendant, Golapma, Sri Ramakrishna, Sarada Devi had 2 attendants, Golapma and Yoginma, as Jaya and Vijaya. Golapma asked very humbly to Holy Mother, Mother, why have you made 2 types of these rolls? Then Mother said, special one is for my future children. The ordinary ones are for people who already I own. That is Sri Ramakrishna. For Ramakrishna, she will give ordinary pan. For her future children, which she wants to own in future, for them special betel roll was given, just to show, even in her spiritual ministration, how she very subtly played and gave importance to, made fun in amongst her spiritual instructions. And one important thing, since we are running out of time, Holy Mother laid a significant orientation to Neo Vedanta in her life. Vedanta, that is especially Shankaracharya's Advaita Vedanta. Vedanta means a general term. One of the school is Shankara, Advaita Vedanta. Vedanta, in Bengal, when they say Vedanta, it is always referred to Shankaracharya's Vedanta. So Vedanta, as actually I had always insisted on unreality of the world and illusionaries of human relationship. Even now, whatever we see is all illusion. So Vedanta, as such, followed this neti, that is negating, which is negative Advaita. From the beginning, please observe Holy Mother's message. From the beginning of her life, she laid emphasis on the necessity of making people one's own. What is her last message? Never find fault with others. Rather see your own and make your whole world as your own. Nobody is stranger. So she emphasized, instead of telling universe is illusion and none belongs to none, Holy Mother emphasized that the whole world belongs to one. And there are no strangers. This own making is called the positive Vedanta or Advaita, was the special mission of the Holy Mother. She literally followed that. And I'm going to skip one incident, and I will go with an important hymn which we sung. Prakrtim Paramam Abhayam Varadam Nararupataram Janatapaharam Charanagata Sevaka Toshakari Pranamami Param Janani Jagatam. This is we sung this just beginning of this session. So I will go through the meaning of this. There is a very big song. I'll just since we have only five more minutes and I stop. So I will go to the meaning of this first stanza of this song and then we come. Jananim is the main word in that. All the rest is an adjective, qualification of that Janani. Janani means mother. First word, Prakrtim Paramam. Prakrtim Paramam. Parama means supreme. Prakriti. Pra refers to superior, excellent, exaltation. Krit refers to creation. So the first word, Prakrtim Parama, refers to she excels in the works of creation. Second, Abhayam. Abhayam. Actually, it should be said as Abhayam Varadam. So, second word is Abhayam. She gives fearlessness. Why? Because she is holding us all the time. Child is comfortable when held by its own mother. And child feels absolutely fearless when the child is with mother. And mother is always with us. And Varadam, she gives whatever the child needs. Nararupadaram, who wanders in this world in the human form. It is easy for us to contemplate the divinity because we are also human. When it is easy for us to love the divinity in the form of human. So, and also she is born out of her own karma, by her own will, not like us. Then, Janatapahara, dispeller of the distress of the people. As soon as the child cries, she comes. She gives guarantee that I will come and help. And Saranagata Sevaka Toshakari. One word to read in one go. Saranagata Sevaka Toshakari. What does that mean? Whoever surrenders to her and who does service to her, she gives them tripti, contentment. That is where we all lack and we go crazy when there is no contentment. When we have contentment, we are absolutely fine and peaceful. Then Param Jananim Jagatam. As usual, mother of the supreme mother of the universe. Pranamami. What is the meaning of Pranamami? Very important word. Actually, this is the highlight of this first stanza. Pranamami means not mine, but thine.
Not mine,
But yours. Thine. I give myself to you. That is very important. So obeisance is a very powerful weapon in the hands of devotee who knows how to wield it. So with this I conclude. O Prakriti, supreme in human form. I'm just reading the English translation of that. O Prakriti, supreme in human form, bestower of boon and bliss, distress of souls removest thou, and grantest them content and peace. Thy servants who surrender all to thee, thou makest them contented and free. O great mother of the universe, our humble salutations ever to thee. With this, we can complete. Om Mangalam Desikendraya, Eminam Chakravartini, Parasakti Swarupinye, Devye Matre Samanga.
do the arti now. Rama Krishna Tapo Surya Kirana Bimba Chandrike O Tai Ambike Rama Krishna Tapo Surya Kirana Bimba Chandrike O Tai Ambike Giriya Dariya Nelava Jalava Sabbininta Karuneye Giriya Dariya Nelava Jalava Sabbininta Karuneye Vatsalyavarane Rama Krishna Tapo Surya Kirana Bimba Chandrike O Tai Ambike Rama Krishna Tapovanada Parna Kutiya Deepave Rama Krishna Tapovanada Parna Kutiya Deepave Balige Banda Hanadegalige Balige Banda Hanadegalige Belakanitta Kiranave Mauna Prabhavalaya Rama Krishna Tapo Surya Kirana Bimba Chandrike O Tai Ambike Sankatagaravanavasanava Lottu Ninta Shikarave Sankatagaravanavasanava Lottu Ninta Shikarave Nadana Digalava Nadana Digala Vatsalyada Haludida Tirtave Divya Kruparupave Rama Krishna Tapo Surya Kirana Bimba Chandrike O Tai Ambike Giriya Dhariya Nelava Jalava Sabbininta Karuneye Vatsalyavarane Rama Krishna Tapo Surya Kirana Bimba Chandrike O Tai Ambike.
Beautiful song. It has a very deep and enriched meaning.
Jai Shri Guru Maharaj
Maharaj ki
Jai Shri Mahamai ki Jai
Jai.
Swamiji Maharaj ji ki Jai Shri
Jai.
Kamai ki
Jai.
Samarpana Viveka.
Thank you, Swami.
Okay, we will say the Bhajan mantra. ॐ ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महविः ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिना ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् Hi Thomas, we will end the meeting. Thank you for joining.
Oh, hey, thank you, Swami. Thank you. Can you hear me, Swami?
Swami can hear you.
Swami, it was really nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This evening, I particularly liked when you talked about when Swamiji was asked the first time, "Did you see God?" For some reason, when you said that, it was so clear. I felt almost like I could almost like, oh, maybe I too could see God. So it was very nice. It was inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Have
you,
a
Swami.
good night. Good night. Good night.
You too. Good night.
Thank you, Thomas. Bye.
Thank you, Lokesh. Thank you.